Salford Sea. There it is there in all its glory. Sea, of course, has provided a lot of inspiration for works, seriously heavy works of literature throughout the years, and also for a few good films and TV shows as well. TV shows like Shackleton, of course, and films like The Poseidon Adventure, starring none other than Ernest Borgnine and Gene Hackman. I'm sure you remember it well, but I'm not here to talk about those films or those TV shows, folks. I'm here to talk to you about something altogether more serious, which is no laughing matter at all. Basically, if you look out there, you think it's so peaceful and lovely looking, but folks, they're out there. There lurks a creature. There lurks a creature so fierce and so deadly, yet also majestic and pure, and very, very proud as well. Now, it was first spotted a couple of hundred years ago by some of the fishermen who had their boat out there deep in the salty depths of the ocean. He came up out of the ocean at them and waved his hands about, his tendrils about, and what have you. Nearly got myself a wee bit wet there. That was very close. I'll just move up. To say, he rose out of the sea and scared the life out of these fishermen. The fishermen were so scared that they gave him his name that day, the name that has forever stuck, the name that strikes fear into the heart of all fishermen. They called him Richard, Richard the Creature. They called him that because he was such a terrifying creature. But basically, as I said to you, Richard's very proud, but he's not proud at the moment. That sense of pride has been cruelly snatched away from him. And that's because, ladies and gentlemen, he had to take out a £500 overdraft with a big underwater bank, which is located out there in the ocean. Underwater bank, big underwater bank, I hear you say. I've never heard of such a thing. What on earth is Mr. Stephen talking about? Surely he's just making this up. I'm not making it up, ladies and gentlemen. It's a thing that's existed for some time. In fact, I would say it's existed since around the time of the Spanish Armada. It's just a coincidence. It had nothing to do with the fact that Sir Francis Drake was up kicking some serious bum on the top of the ocean here. It was just purely a coincidence that it happened around that time. Now, it happened, it was set up basically because the bigger fish and some of the scary sea creatures and monsters weren't particularly good at handling their financial affairs. So what they did, folks, was they set up the underwater bank to help assist them just keeping their affairs straight. It was really good, and it did generate some jobs for some of the marine life out there. The prawns, for example, were given jobs as cashiers. They were very good at counting money, all the cash, very, very quickly with all their wee hands, of course. And the sea turtles got plenty of jobs too. They got jobs as accountants. Sometimes it took a wee bit longer than their clients would have wished, and their clients would come up to them sometimes and say, "Come on, turtle, hurry up with my books. I have to get my figures submitted by the end of the month." To which the turtle would say, usually something along the line of, "I'm just going to take my time. I might be an accountant, but I'm still a turtle, and I'm going to take my own good time and get the figures to you when I'm good and ready, and when I know I've done a good thorough job." So, I mean, they told them what was what, that's for sure, and their clients would generally leave them alone after that, knowing that the figures they would eventually get would be watertight, no pun intended. Now, I seem to have digressed a little from the tale of Richard the sea creature and his £500 overdraft. Ladies and gentlemen, he had to take out this overdraft because he'd recently split up with his wife of 30 years. His wife grew tired of the area and she wanted to move house along the coastline to Cornwall, as people of a certain age do, which is fine. So she went ahead and she did that. She moved. Richard, he hung around here just due south of Worthing here. And he likes it around here because he can get a bit of exercise. What he does, he swims out once a month, the Isle of Wight, and goes around the coastline there. And he has a big feed, so he does a big salty feed of all the various snacks around there. And then He also does like to take himself to Portsmouth Harbour to watch all the big boats coming out. He loves the big boats, so he does. But so he's more than happy here. Until that is, he ran into financial trouble. He also lost his part-time job. He was working as a sous chef at one of the fanciest underwater restaurants they have in the area here. It's the only one with a Michelin star in the area. It's called McGonagall's. He was very happy there, but you know, he ended up getting in a bit of trouble with one of the female staff. You know, lost the job, so it's very sad. So he had to take out this overdraft, which is a terrible thing for him. But folks, I've got some good news for him. We're going to start a Just Giving page, so we'll see if we can help Richard out of this financial crisis he finds himself in right now. I'm going to try and raise this £500. I'm more than happy to volunteer to swim out and give it to him myself. Normally I would be terrified, senseless of doing something like this, but I think because I'll have the money he so desperately needs, I will be met with a friendly, if scary face. I've got my scuba diving gear. I'm gonna just get stuck in myself and do the right thing. Once he gets the money, I'm fairly hopeful, folks, that he's gonna rise out of his watery hole of shame and get back to doing what he does best, which is going around terrorising fishermen out in the deep blue sea. Also, on occasion, coming onto the beaches and perhaps stealing some children's ice cream cones and a wee bag of chips as well. He does enjoy doing this, apparently. So let's hope he gets back to it soon enough. There's a wee dog here, you see him? It's not my dog.